PFS on YT with Kevin here from Vid Summit 2022. But what's most important is actually not what's going on here behind us in LA, but what's going on in Florida and in Washington, so to speak. Updates from Jerome Powell and the Fed and how it ties to people's income, people's livelihood, people's savings, people's homes. Hurricane Ian pretty much wiping out Naples.
Oh yeah, completely underwater. And it's not even, Hurricane Ian's done a lot of damage. Cuba, Jamaica got a little bit of flooding too, so it's not just even us.
Now, reports came in that stores like Publix and Walmart actually started closing yesterday, and they don't plan to reopen at the earliest until Friday.
Well, how can they reopen when everything is underwater and the winds are 155 miles an hour and there's just no electricity and everything else like that?
What is that going to do to people's income?
I was thinking, what's that going to do to the cold foods? If the power is out and you can't open until Friday to get in there to fix anything, all that food is about to be gone.
You're going to lose that, but at the same time, think about it. How many people could stand to lose Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday out of their paycheck?
And then if things are messed up at the store, maybe there's, glass is broken, doors are broken, roof leak, or power out. Yeah. You're out Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Based on the severity of the floodwaters and the storm so far, the high winds, the power outages, even if they could optimistically open back up on Friday, the likelihood that they could actually be operational and you'd even have people there or anything to actually sell, the thing is this is probably going to extend beyond Friday.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you may not have seen this. I just saw this when we were walking back over here, that they are actually predicting that Savannah will be hit on Friday. So they're saying that the storm is going to go through Florida, hit the outskirts, and then hit Savannah as a tropical storm on Friday.
Yeah, so with that being said, I want to switch gears a little bit to Jerome Powell and the Fed. And, I don't want to alarm anybody. I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want anybody to be considered as fearful content. But Jerome Powell, actually, I just watched a video from Brian Kim on Clear Value Tax as he was giving a thorough analysis of Jerome Powell's recent statements about inflation, 1.2 million jobs potentially at risk as the Fed tries to slow down the jobs market to slow the economy, or ultimately tank the jobs market to slow the economy, to bring down inflation, to get the supply chain back in alignment with demand.
This is probably the wrong way to use that word, but doesn't that just feel like some sort of treason to you? Like you're purposefully hurting the Americans?
The word or phrase or words are Great Reset. Great Reset.
Why is it called great? Because right now it sounds like a shit move.
Great because of the magnitude of the reset is why it's great. So this is the Great Reset. Ultimately, the Fed has pretty much admitted that they pumped too much money into the economy, and the only way to fix it is to destroy the economy, as in destroying the low-income, middle-class workers.
Yeah.
But the kicker is, Jerome Powell even said, go check out Clear Value Tax's video where he is breaking down the Great Reset and Jerome Powell's recent statements. And Jerome Powell, there's a clip on Clear Value Tax's video where Jerome Powell says that Americans have tons of savings.
No.
They have tons of money in savings from the transfers from the government. Ultimately, he's saying stimulus checks.
Do you know why he's saying that? Because he is living under a rock or in some sort of bubble or in some stupid little cloud where the only people he's looking at are people in the 1%, people in the higher brackets that aren't going to be affected by this crap that he's about to pull for all of the American people. The ones who are going to be affected, they don't see us. They don't see the people beneath them. All they see are the people like them, and they're like, oh, we'll be fine. That's what matters.
Yeah, and they're talking about these transfers, stimulus checks, but also they're talking about some of these business transfers through paycheck protection programs and EIDLs, which one of them was actually like a $42 million scam or fraud, as they took money from the government that was supposed to be used to feed hungry families during the pandemic, and it wasn't. It wasn't.
That was the lady in Wisconsin or Minnesota. Two totally different states, fully aware. Don't remember exactly where it was, but it was feeding her. It was something about feeding something or other.
But he's seriously delusional to think that people have this money saved up. And the reason why I say that is because people need to have this money saved up. People need to have alternate options and backup plans and multiple streams of income, especially in a situation where you have the Fed tanking the jobs market, slowing the economy, and then you have natural disasters, or you still got the Great Reset, then you have natural disasters wiping out local economies, and the people, the families, the workers that, rely on every single hour of their paycheck. In instances like South Florida, where a hurricane comes through, there is no savings. There's no savings. You need the hours. You're going to miss a week of pay. You still have bills to pay. Okay, well, we have a family income. Well, guess what? Everybody in that family, in that household, has evacuated and or should have or will need to. You're not making any money.
So this is not on the topic of what you're saying, but when you said natural disaster, it immediately made me think of the fact that people are saying that in Florida, in Naples, Tampa area, there is a lot of lightning and thunder with this hurricane. And people are saying, when is the last time you saw lightning and thunder in a hurricane?
Yeah.
So the weather is definitely changing.
Well, yeah, we do have some weather manipulation, as there are governments and agencies and scientists out there that are trying to find ways to reduce drought, but also by doing this, you do create scenarios where they could use these for evil, for control, for manipulation.
Or something gets away from them.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother can of wax that we'd have to open on another video. But at the same time, Publix, Walmart, just to name a few, have closed hundreds of stores.
Yeah.
Hundreds of stores. Now, what is that going to do? It's September 28th. What is that going to do? What's the recovery plan? How does that affect the local economy for the holiday season approaching? This is going to have a huge impact. This is going to have a huge impact. Those folks down there are going to be worried about getting back to life, not going out and buying crap that they don't need.
Very true, very true. And then the downside is everybody is going to be worried about getting back to life. So the things that those people do need to get back to life, you're going to see issues there because everybody is going to need the exact same things at the exact same time. Whereas in the past, you haven't really seen that. Some people might want to stock up on this. Some people might want to go fix parts on their house doing this. But right now, when this is all said and done, everybody is going to be going for the exact same basket.
Now, you brought up a really, really good point on a video that I don't think you've actually uploaded yet, but you mentioned the caution that people should take in these situations with people posing and positioning and pretending, falsely presenting themselves as trying to help.
Because the easiest time to take advantage of somebody is when they are down, when they are hurt, when they're desperate, when they're in need of something.
So, nothing against anybody who has a legitimate business that wraps their trucks or anything like that, but now it's probably going to be a time where you're going to see some of these storm chasers rolling through with jacked up trucks on 38s, with 8-inch lifts, fully wrapped, great presentations, fast talkers, probably out-of-state tags, out-of-state area codes, and you got to be careful because they may not have your best interest in mind, and you may not want to divulge too much information. You may not want to sign any contracts locking you in to them exclusively for any insurance claims. You might want to be careful with that, as we're going to see that rolling out. And then we still have the trouble of the insurance companies actually having the financial liquidity to actually cover these claims and get them covered and paid for.
Because again, they're going to be having to cover all the same claims at the exact same time.
While also their portfolios, they take your premiums, they take the money that they take from you monthly, annually, and they invest it into a stock market that is declining. They are losing money as well. So then you add on top of that, they're not getting the returns on your money, on your premiums like they used to. Now they're about to get hit with these catastrophic claims. We're going to see this come to a head at the same time while the Fed is trying to tank the jobs market and slow the economy. This is just I don't even know if this is a precursor. I don't even know if this is a warning. This is like a realization that all the things that we've been talking about for weeks and months are happening. They're happening.
Well, that's like, I've had people in comment sections on my videos saying, hey, my insurance just canceled my flood insurance, or my insurance just upped it so much that I can't afford my flood insurance, or, the parameters have changed. They took me out of the flood zone even though it floods all the time just because they don't have to cover it.
Yeah, if your insurance cancels your flood insurance any time recently to now and you're in South Florida, that was intentional.
Oh yeah,
That was
'cause
intentional.
They knew exactly what was
And
going to happen.
somebody
They knew
asked-
they weren't going to have money for it to cover it.
And somebody asked, like, well, what about all the money that you paid into the premium beforehand? That's gone.
That's gone. It's like, I mean, unless you are holding on to your own money, you can't guarantee that it's going to be there when you need it. But then you're holding on to your own money, you're still kind of up a creek sometimes because it's not earning anything on top of what you're holding on to.
Now, with that being said, we are actually going to put together a fundraiser. I'm going to try to do it on YouTube. This is the first one I've ever done. But we're going to put together a fundraiser that I'm going to try to put on this video, and PFS and YT is probably going to do on her videos.
Correct.
With the American Red Cross to try to find some way to try to help those folks who really need it in these situations. So if you guys are interested in getting involved with that, we really would appreciate it. We're going to be donating to it. We're going to be starting this and kicking it off, putting our money into it.
Now, also, though, if you guys have things like the Red Cross that help people that you know of, especially in the areas that are going to be hit or are being impacted right now, please comment in his video, comment over on my channel, so we have more options of where to go help.
If there are any localized relief, recovery efforts, please let us know, because honestly, we're doing this because it's a faster and easier way for us to try to get help to the people who need it. But we do know and realize that if we can actually get it directly to them, it's going to be more effective.
Yes.
It's going to be more effective. Less is going to get tied up in red tape and things like that. But we do want to try to help. If it's not only in a matter of helping educate and prepare and provide these warnings and information, by trying to put some dollars towards it to help with the relief efforts, to help these people try to recover, especially for those who couldn't evacuate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if there are local efforts, please share and comment below, and just keep an eye out for that. And PFS on YT, she'll probably have it on hers coming up here soon.
Yes.
We got to go. We got a class we got to be in about 7 minutes. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Be careful. Stay safe. See you soon. Bye.